stop thinking. You kids have to learn how to think. You go to school to learn how to think. Next level, okay, you think you become a scientist, you become a genius or so forth. That's the top of the intellect of learning. But if you want to go beyond that, you have to resort to wisdom. You have to develop wisdom. Wisdom is developed by teaching you through Chan or through various practices to stop thinking. Okay? If you stop thinking, that's when your wisdom activates. And so this week here has been very, very educational for me. I learned a lot from Thủy, observing you, and learned a lot from you coming here. And I have some ideas, and I hope that we'll continue to develop the program. I know it will become bigger and bigger because we have something to offer. Okay, something that's useful for you, children. So thank you. It's been a good week. Next question.
Hello, my name is Jamie.
Hello.
Why is it bad to become an animal?
Why is it bad to become an animal? You mean human animal or animal? Like in-N-Out burger.
Animal.
Anyone you been to double animal in-N-Out burger? No. Well, it's one of the best burgers in California. Okay, why is it bad to be an animal? Animal. You like dogs? No. Cats? Kitten? How about horses? Pigs? That's animals. There are some different types of animals. The dogs, cats are domesticated and they have a good life, relatively speaking. They are other animals. Predominantly, who are suffering a lot. Every day, they have to fight for survival. They look for food all day long. If you live in the Sahara Desert, you're like a lion, king of the beasts. You have to hunt for food. Okay? So in the jungle, the animals, they hunt for food is hunt or be hunted. Okay? And there's no such a thing as civilization like we have here, the human realm. We are humans. Okay? The animal realm is a lower level, next strata, where they suffer a lot more than us because it's always a threat. It's always a need to survive. It's always a danger to your well-being. Okay, and you often are hungry and thirsty, if no protection whatsoever. For example, if you're sick, you can go see a doctor or an acupuncturist, herbal doctor. You need surgery, there are plenty of great surgeons. Okay, and animals, there's no animal hospital in the Sahara Desert. So they are lacking so many things. And another aspect you should think about is that in Buddhism, we tell you animals suffer a lot. The one thing they really suffer is that they have no control over their lives. You can choose to go to South America, move to South America and live there. Or you can choose to go to Spain. By the way, very good country to live in as well. I love Spaniards. So you can choose to go and live anywhere where you like. Animals do not have that choice. They can't fly from here to Spain on their own. Okay, so they depend on us, depend on a lot of things for their survival, for their well-being. So it's an inferior form of existence. So is not a good thing that you want to be. So in Buddhism, we preach to our people that something called the real reincarnation. Yeah, after we die, it doesn't stop there, folks, kids. After we die, there's a 49-day period where we wait for the conditions to be ideal for us to get the next body. Okay, and typically we come back to our world. Hopefully, we come back as a man, as a human. Okay, because we've been as human, uh, we've been doing the things that humans are supposed to do. If you don't do that, you don't deserve to come back as humans. And typically, humans fall to lower realms, they fall to animal realm. Uh, and when you go to animal realm, you suffer a lot. By the way, it's a low level realm where you're a ghost. Okay. By the way, there are lots of ghosts now in the temple. Lots of them. They're listening right now. They're behaving. Okay. You can't see them. Okay. I want you to keep an open mind in that sense. What you can see is the visible wavelength for us humans. There's also another wavelength where we cannot see. Okay. Invisible to our eyes doesn't mean that they don't exist. Okay. The ghosts are there, and there are lots of them in the temple. We share the space. That's all. Okay. So in Buddhism, we try to teach our followers the importance of being good, because you're not good, then eventually, after you die, chances are that you will fall. And when you fall to lower realms like the animal realm, the ghost realm, it's a lot more suffering, a lot less freedom, fewer choices in life. Okay, that's why. All right. Any other questions? Yes, nine.
Yes. Good morning, and I'm glad to see you here.
Well, thank you for coming all the way from China.
Yeah. And my question is, could you share an experience of yours with us about a particular difficulty you've ever encountered, or an important turning point of your life after becoming a monk, and how you overcame it or got through it?
Okay, very good. Thank you. My life is full of struggles. So many struggles is not funny. Okay, that's what I want to share with you. Got here today because in the face of adversities, is face of struggles, instead of asking for help, uh, I work harder and I meditated. And that's how I overcame my obstructions, my obstacles, and my challenges. Okay. It's not that funny. You think that me, as after 25 years, almost 30 years now, I have a lot of things going for myself. What I'm most proud of my achievement is that we have a community that we built over the last 2 decades that are good people, kind people. You know, there's kids here. You look at the adults that surround you. Uh, Typically, you go to a temple. I've been to many temples. The temples, they lack the kindness. So since day one, I taught our people that we want to teach you that you come to the temple, learn about kindness. Okay, be kind to others, and in particular to newcomers, because I've been to so many temples where people look at me as an intruder, as someone who did not deserve to be there. There's a lack of kindness, okay, in the world, as a matter of fact. And so I'm very proud of the fact that we have this wonderful community where our attitude, in the attitude of kindness, Okay, and we share the kindness, we share the good things with others. And number two is that we constructive. We want to do something good with our lives, something meaningful. Okay, the the culture, Western culture nowadays, the culture nowadays is to seek happiness. Okay, people talk about happiness, but they don't understand how to be happy. The one who taught you how to seek happiness are the ones who are most unhappy. See, going back to the concept of role model, you model yourself and find someone you aspire to be, who may be successful, let's say in business, in a career, but the family life, they're very unhappy. They cannot get along with the kids. They can't get along with their siblings, and so forth. And so, uh, so you, the foundation of happiness is goodness in your heart. Because happiness, if I mm, try to influence you, see if you understand this, happiness starts with yourself. Happiness starts with you liking yourself. You don't even like of yourself, then how can you possibly expect others to like you? And how do you like yourself? You like yourself because you approve of yourself. You approve of the goodness in your heart. That's universal. That's permanent. When your heart is good, you like it yourself. That's the foundation of happiness. People mistakenly think happiness is by having more money, security, safety, okay, and so forth. Recognition, fame, power, boyfriend, girlfriends. But actually, happiness begins with you liking yourself, respecting yourself. Okay? And so, what I'd like to share with you is that, yeah, I'm proud of our community. You come to join the community, it's small, but it's growing steadily every single year. Every single year, we've been growing because uh, more people come and visit us and they like it, they stick around, they learn, and they say, wow, this is good. This is how I like to live my life. And we're growing steadily. And uh, and so mm, the truth is of the matter is that the more we grow, the more I struggle. You don't know, all this. We got all these facilities to serve you, not for me. I sleep on a small area. That's all I need. I eat so much per day. I don't need all this temple. I don't need so much food in the kitchen right now. It's for you. It's not for me. It's for all of you. Okay. So the more people come, the more our community grows, the more I struggle. Let me try. I'm trying to tell you that the struggles are bigger and they grow tougher for me every day. I can't tell you I overcame the struggle now it's smooth sailing. No, it's still struggle for me every single day. Okay. And that's how I like it. I struggle, I make mistakes, and I meditate. I say, shouldn't have done that. I won't do it again. That's how I learn, making mistakes and correcting. The struggle, the difficulties never made me feel like giving up. Never, ever. I told myself if I'm no longer useful to the community, then I leave. I pass it on to the next person. But so far, it hasn't happened yet. Thank you for the question. Any other questions?
For you, you've gone through life and you see all these external things like money, everything. Now, for us kids here, we still have like our job, our career, and then future family, kids. So, what's your advice for us to navigate between the external and the internal here?
Education is very important. You need to study. You need to learn. You need to develop the curiosity to learn. Not just at schools, but in life and everything. You have a friend, learn about your friend. How to be a better friend. How to be a better son. How to be a better student. You should have that curiosity, that fondness of learning. Okay, and being a good person. Learning is only knowledge, but it's the heart. It has to be tempered with the heart. Okay, the heart has to be good. What is goodness? Goodness is avoid doing bad things, avoid doing evil things. Like what? Like hurting others. To hurt others, to harm others is unkind. And this is why our communities, we grow only, it's still small after 20 years because I've never been keen upon being famous and so forth. We're very selective. You know, when people come in, new people come in, they fit in their profile, they can stay. They don't fit in, we are not terribly afflicted if they don't stick around at all. Okay? And so the goodness in your heart is very, very important. Okay? That's what you need to learn, to be gooder. Okay? Gooder is stop, refrain from doing evil things. Don't hurt others, no matter what. Okay? They may be wrong, they may be bad. We still don't hurt them. All right? And that's very important. I think this is where the parents need to pay attention to. They're role models for their children. So they need for their nephews and nieces. They need to be good people. All right? So if you follow that and finally find a role model that you can learn from, and you'll be fine in life. Okay. All right. Anything else? That's it.
Sorry, Kai. Yeah, Anthony's our most inquisitive student. He had a lot of questions when we were going over lessons, and I know he has a lot more for you as well. But I know we don't have a lot. I think that's the end of our lecture time today. So Anthony, you're welcome back to visit. We do have lectures every week. Master does Dharma talks. I don't know if you want to offer something for him outside of that, but I know he does have more questions.
Absolutely. We can talk some more. I'll be glad to spend more time with you. I notice you can sit and meditate. That's excellent. Sit for hours. Okay? Sit longer. That's how I was taught.
From the pain when you said, because today I keep trying to ignore the pain. At one point, it's just keep it's hurting so much that I couldn't keep thinking about it.
Very good.
Start giving up.
That's why Chan is to push yourself incrementally. That's how I did it myself. No one really taught me how. They simply told me sit longer. I said, okay. And look at you, Malaysian, you know, I'm not impressed by you. You can sit 2 hours. I'm gonna sit more than 2 hours. You sit 3 hours. I sit more than 3 hours. That's how I'm wired. So, what I'm teaching you nowadays, I'm different because I'm crazy. I have a lot of blessing. That's why I'm able to. Someone only has to tell me, go there, and I will figure out how to go there. It's from blessings, folks. If you have blessings, you can get there. It's up to you what you want. You can get there because your blessing will bring you there. Yeah. Okay. So, uh, so for you, you only need to push yourself more than the last time. That's all. Okay. That's how I train myself. I set for about 2 minutes the first time. And it would hurt too much. I had to give up. And then I asked the guy, Mr. Hunter, Master Hunter, I said, how long will you sit? He said, well, I can sit for a long time. I said, okay, you sit for a long time? So can I. Okay. So I was very competitive. So I would go from 2 minutes to an hour within weeks. In 3 months, I was able to sit for 1.5 hours by myself. No one taught me. Okay. And after that, I said, well, it's still not enough. So I pushed myself to 4 hours, 10 hours, and so forth. Oh my goodness. I was crazy. I shouldn't have done it, but my blessings pushed me in that direction. But for the rest of you, you should push yourself incrementally. If you can, this is important. This is a very important part of your training. Do not rely on your feel. Okay? And this is you, every time you sit, you say the last time you're able to sit for 20 minutes, and this time sit for 22 minutes without fail. Time training is about not giving up when you struggle. Sound familiar? Huh? Jing Tang? Huh? The more I struggle, the more I don't give up. That's how you improve. Okay? Don't give up. And you make sure you don't give up by keeping track of how long you sit. And sit longer, and a little bit longer, a little bit longer each time. And lo and behold, you don't know. All right? That's a good foundation for you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's go eat. Shush. Shush that mouth. The most important thing is that you have to be a good person. Being a good person. Don't think about it in terms of externals.
Think about it in terms of your relationship internally with the external. And you like this person, you don't like that person, join the club. This person's bad, this person's worse, etc., etc. Join the club. That's life. But 100%, the most important thing is we have to have goodness. We have to have success and goodness. And as much as we can, keep developing that, keep looking into that, keep learning that process, right? You're at this level of goodness, you add on an extra layer of thinking, an extra layer of contemplation, extra layer of introspection, right? How can I raise up that goodness even more? How can I apply that goodness to even more situations and people and environments? All of that goodness is based on your intention, right? So what is your intention? Is your intention to harm? Then that's not good, period. So we say, well, that's a bad person. Well, that's cultural. That's a belief. That's a social idea. 50 years ago or 100 years ago in America, a black person was a bad person, period. A black teenage boy that whistled at a white woman we celebrated lynching them and killing them. So that's where the evil is. And the evil or the ego can be very, very tricky. So don't let that trick you. Don't let that manipulate you. Don't let that drive you. And we constantly go into this practice of inner reflection, internal reflection, not justifying our position. Well, I know I'm good. But keep looking, keep examining, keep being aware, keep being mindful. And practice non-thought. We have to understand that. We have to get that teaching, that idea down, right? The practice of meditation or the practice of opening our wisdom is to not think. Practice not thinking. It's like the difference between real prayer. If you're a Christian, you're really praying to God, you want to be in relationship with God, you want to feel God's presence, versus praying to ask God to give you what you want, to meet your desires, to punish your enemies. Has anyone here ever prayed for God to punish one of their enemies? So if you only have one thing in your life that's important, or that you cultivate, or that you're mindful of, or you're more deeply aware of, you're more reflective of, let that be you being good, you bringing goodness with you. But if you're hyper reactive and angry and frustrated, greedy, if you hold on to all these big complicated ideas that take you out of your life or out of the present moment, then you always get worked up. You can't control yourself. That's why it's very, very powerful to know how to not think, to know how to not be in a rush. That's what meditation is, to know how to not be greedy, not be looking for the next thing. To be forgiveness, to practice forgiveness in your daily life, to practice kindness in your daily life. You're not going to get good at anything if you don't practice it, right? Some people say that they're under Trump. Well, maybe that's because you don't know how to stop thinking about that stuff. If you have a home, if you have your own personal space, then that's like a retreat environment. That's like a cave to be in. If you like Trump or if you don't like Trump, he's not your daddy, he's not your mommy, he's not living at home with you. So you have to take time to be with yourself, to look at yourself. That's what meditation is, looking at ourselves. Sustaining this attention of looking at ourselves. Well, whether you like Trump or don't like Trump, it's okay. But Trump is not you. You are not Trump. Right? Trump is not taking responsibility for your life, and he can't. Only you can do that. And that goes for people that love Trump and people that, hate Trump. And it must be better to love Trump than to hate him, because if you're practicing hate, well, that's not a good thing. And even if that love is misguided or, very ego based, well, it's still some form of love. It still has some connection to love rather than hate. And the Trump that you know is the Trump that exists in your mind, not the Trump that exists in the world. I mean, unless you're having dinner with Trump later, or if he's coming over for your family barbecue. The Trump that you know is the Trump in your own mind. So we should practice loving kindness towards the Trump in our own mind, much more so than we should practice any kind of hate or frustration. Learning how to meditate, the most important thing is to sit still. Cross your legs and sit still. Focus on the breathing and don't let thoughts control you. Be with that stillness. But I can't teach you anything if you don't want to learn. I can't teach anybody meditation if they don't want to learn from me. You could practice Trump meditation. You could send loving kindness. You could wish peace, happiness, safety, protection for Trump. That'd be much better than cultivating, wishing that something bad happened to Trump. In 2026, it's Trump. In 1806, it was black people. God, please punish that black man that looked at my wife. God, please kill the Native Americans that are standing in between me and land that was promised to me by the government. So hate is hate. Doesn't matter how you justify it. A wish to harm is a wish to harm. Doesn't matter how you justify it. This is a great bridge between the left and the right, between Republicans and Democrats, or whatever people call themselves nowadays. And maybe that's why the right wing is so powerful, because they cultivate that positive energy towards these people. Democrats and leftists are oftentimes cultivating hate towards the people in power or Donald Trump, and that's going to make them sick. If we cultivate hate, if we generate hate in our minds, it's going to make us sick. It's going to make the people around us sick. It's just the way that it is. May Donald Trump be well, happy, and peaceful. May Donald Trump be well, happy, and peaceful. May Donald Trump be free from suffering. May Donald Trump be free from problems. May Donald Trump overcome any obstacles that he encounters. May Donald Trump be happy and peaceful. May Donald Trump feel joy. May Donald Trump be happy. May Donald Trump be free from suffering. Your life will be a lot better if you don't make up justifications for wishing harm on other people. Any questions? WhatsApp? You send me a message on WhatsApp? Does the physical position of our body have a big impact on the ease of meditation? Well, if you're laying down and meditating, you'll fall asleep once you get really relaxed. If you're sitting upright in meditation with your legs crossed, you probably won't fall asleep while you're meditating, but you'll start to feel a lot of pain in your legs, and that can also be helpful. And if you practice meditation when you're standing or walking, that can also be very helpful. So the Buddha recommended us to try and practice meditation in any position.
$7M donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Is Shiva a scammer for ARs?
Well, people have a lot of different definitions of what a scammer is. So I think Shiva is a good person that has too much focus on money and making money. Do I like transcendental meditation? From what I understand, transcendental meditation uses a mantra, and I've gotten a lot of benefit from using mantras in my meditation at different points of my journey in my life. But I've never worked specifically with the Transcendental Meditation group. I know Howard Stern has been practicing Transcendental Meditation for many years. But I've found my meditation techniques primarily in Buddhism. What made me want to start this? A really unstable mind. A deeply suffering, unstable mind. I kind of inherited some mental health issues and didn't have a choice. I had to find some way to fix it or to either die by it. And I found Buddhism and meditation as a real way to deal with mental health issues and mental health problems. And I hope to go a lot farther in that direction as my life continues. You know, the body gets old, but the mind is basically ageless. So you can keep practicing and developing your mind and meditation for way longer than you can continue cultivating your body, your physical health. Shapeshifter says, I have an unstable mind and I like it. That is one of the weird things that I don't fully understand. So you can have people that are very ignorant and very unstable and seem to cause a lot of suffering outwardly, but they don't seem to have a lot of suffering inwardly. Doesn't seem that way, you know, like certain celebrities and different people in power. So we should never put on a pedestal like that we love our lust, we love our desire for sex, or we love our desire for money, or we love our desire for feeling pleasure, because it can exploit the environment. You know, it can cause all kinds of problems to the environment and people that rely on us. So I always say the more wealthy you become, the more generous you should also become. Do I respect any other paths other than Buddhism? Sure, I respect a lot of paths, as long as they're based in goodness, being a good person, helping others. Amy says, are they purposefully manufactured by the government? I'm not too concerned about the external government. I'm more concerned about the internal government of my own mind and how I relate to that. I would say I learn every day. Yeah. Because if we stay mindful, then we always have a capacity to learn from our mistakes and our successes. But it might take a long time, it might take years to really learn a lesson that seems to be very simple, because we have to repeat it again and again and again and again to get the point. But if we don't have morality or we don't have mindfulness, then we're never going to learn that lesson, even as we keep going through it. Which is what, I mean, you see, it's kind of surprising to me, but you see these people that get to 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and their minds just collapse or their bodies collapse. And from my perspective, it's a lack of relationship with meditation. It's a lack of working with the deeper mind. And so people stop growing, they stop learning, they stop developing. You know, they're the same person that they were at 30 when they're 35. They're the same person at 40 that they were when they're 35, etc. And I don't think that we should live that way. I don't think that's a good way to live. Fox Mulder says the government has weapons to put thoughts in your mind. The internet is one of them. That's why it's such a great and valuable technique to know how to not think, because the greatest production module of manipulation and false thoughts is right in here. So meditation is learning how to train that. You're not moved, you're not manipulated by thoughts that appear. And that's when your wisdom opens, your deeper intelligence, when you stop thoughts. It's like intuitive wisdom and also universal wisdom. Because if you think about it, the brain is this very, very advanced, almost like a muscle, right? The brain of the mind, or the muscle of the mind, which is the brain. It's so subtle, it's so intricate, it doesn't operate through text. It doesn't operate through words and phrases. It doesn't operate through thoughts. And it's kind of a connection point to the universe, to everything. And these constant compulsive thoughts, rather than they're like a tool, but they're not an ultimate tool. It's more like a trick. And when we know how to stop thoughts and broaden out the mind and open out the mind together with everything, we can get all the wisdom and the insight from the whole universe, basically. You wouldn't call sleep meditation because you're unconscious, and meditation is like being more and more conscious. It's raising up levels of conscious awareness. Can meditation help you select thoughts? Yes, it definitely can. And it's not it's not that difficult to stop thoughts. It's very practical and simple to stop thinking. I'm always a little bit perplexed when people say that you'll never stop thoughts. It's like just focus on your breathing for a minute and the thoughts will stop and be replaced by that direct experience of breathing. Right? Isn't it somewhat easy to stop thoughts? What's difficult is to sustain that for longer and longer periods of time, that absence of thoughts.
What the heck? Oh my god, the Buddhist fog. Yo, Dr. Rob!
No way he's here.
I love you. Dr. Rob. Dr. Rob, I love you, brother. Dr. Rob, I'm your disciple.
Listen, this is the one thing you guys got to understand. This is the one thing. Can I say something to you guys? Do I have permission?
Yes, you can.
Okay, listen. Listen to this, okay? You got to be a good person. You got to be a good person. That's the most important thing you got to do. You can do whatever you want. You can get plastic surgery on your butt. You can do whatever you want. But at the core, you have to be a good person. You have to have goodness inside of yourself. That's the best investment that you're ever going to make. Think of one of your biggest problems, right? Think of one of your biggest problems. If you betray your own heart, you do something you know is bad. You do something that you don't want to do and you know that's bad. How does that make you feel? Destroys you.
It makes me feel
Destroys you. And so the opposite is also true. When you do good things that you know are good, when you're a kind person, when you're a generous person, when you're a forgiving person, when you don't try to hurt other people, life opens up. So that's your best investment that you can make. I promise you that.
Dr. Rob, can I tell you something, please? Dr. Rob. Hello?
Dr. Rob, the issue is that I was living in keeping mafia, so I like it feels good when I do bad to people.
Dr. Rob, can I give it to you? Can I give it to you, please? Robert Davis, I'm a huge fan.
So that's why we have to make meditation a habit, right? Because that's what happens, John, right? The same thoughts come up after you meditate. So refresh and restart, beginning again and again and again and again, like that. Then the mind can start to change. But also, it's not about if those thoughts come up or not. It's freedom from your attachment and your identity in those thoughts. Why do some people suffer more deeply than others? Just karma. It's just cause and effect. If we hurt others, we'll be hurt. All right, I want to ask you guys something. I want to ask you guys something.
Talking shit on Rob, nigga.
I want to ask you something, okay?
Okay.
What do you guys respect? Tell me what you be honest. I want your honest answers. What do you guys respect?
Realism. You.
You guys really respect me?
No,
Yes.
I respect my mom.
Robert, I love everything you talk about, Rob.
Good.
Dr. Rob, what's your purpose?
You're a jester from that amusement, Rob. Fuck you, you fucking jester.
Oh my god, this guy can't be real, bro. Rob, blame this. Okay, what's your purpose in life, bro? What's your purpose in life? Look at my Ramus right here, bro. I Ramus flag you. You talking to Rob? Who are you talking to?
Rob, I really like your eyes.
Dr. Rob, look at my fucking Ramus. I'm muggy to death.
Can you shut up?
Yo, quit talking shit on Rob.
Don't
Rob,
say shit to Robert Davis.
How big is it flaccid?
Oh my God.
How can I teach you guys? How can I share my knowledge, my experiences with you guys if you don't have that layer of respect, if you don't want to learn?
I know. I apologize.
I do. I wanna bust a nut to you.
Yo, can you just kick him or ban him?
Yeah, I'll ban him. What's his username?
No, I'm sorry.
His
No, it's
username
okay. I can ban you.
A-R-I-S.
No, Rob, give him a second chance. I'm about to play a video game with him, Rob. Give him a second chance.
Wait, Dr. Rob, can you sing us some King Von?
I can sing you something. I can sing you something similar. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I want you to sing along with me. I'm going to teach you this song, okay? Shush.
Okay, I'll sing along with you.
Are you a real doctor? Like, that's my.
Well, you guys got to remember, like, you guys aren't. I mean, are you guys tough guys? Like, are you guys? Am I the new kid in school, and you guys are kind of like, watch out, buddy, because we've been around for a while. Is that what's going
I
on?
love this guy, bro. I just love.
Tell me if that's what's going on. Is that what's going on?
Rob, you're the elder here. You have
Yeah, I'm the elder here. That's true. You got to let the other guys know about that, right? I'm the elder here.
From Kung Fu Panda.
I'm the designated
sing
representative
whenever
here.
you're
Okay. First line. This is the first line. I want to hear you sing 1 1 2 2 1. Okay. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. We sing that one together?
I
You
can't
remember it?
remember that song.
All right, you can remember.
Is that Epstein's theme song right there? Because you're talking about the island.
Wow.
Ja, let's be respectful, okay, Mr. Black
Yo,
Man?
let's be respectful or you're gonna be paying.
Why'd you say black man? Was there a specific reason?
Yeah, why'd you say black man though? Like, what was up with that?
Whoa.
Black man.
Was there something wrong with that?
Are you black?
Yeah,
I mean, okay. There's like two different meanings. He could have meant it like not saying he could have meant it with something. We don't know though. So like, let's not gamble. Let's just let it air out. It's fine.
yeah, we don't know though.
Bro, you're
Cuz.
pissing me off. Who is this like country guy in this?
All right, guys, so we seems like, do you guys have ADHD? Who here is diagnosed with ADHD?
Yeah.
Not me, sir.
Okay, so let's try the first line together, okay?
Okay.
Dr. Rob, I'm really horny.
We're not fucking, bro. Fuck.
When are you gonna be quiet?
Okay, here we go. You guys ready to sing this song together? All right. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. Okay, let's hear everybody sing. Let's hear everybody sing, okay? What?
No one's singing. I was the only one.
So DJ Quarantine, I don't know if you're still here, but DJ Quarantine says, I am a lot older than you are, a lot more wiser, a lot more experienced. What makes you think you can teach people who are in a thoughts? I'd like to know. This might have interest.
Wait, any thoughts?
That's what they're saying, man. I don't run the comment. So my answer to that would be that I was a Buddhist monk for 8 years. So I have a lot of experience with mentors and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm able to share those energies. What did you say, dude?
I said I've been a pedophile for 8 years.
Okay.
Like that nigga, Rob.
Dr. Rob, I have a question.
Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge you faced as a monk?
Robert, did you hear the question? I want to hear it.
Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge that I ever faced as a monk?
Yeah.
Quick question. How'd you grow your
How
hair?
did you overcome
Monks
it?
like shave off all their head, right?
Yo, can you be quiet, John?
Oh, you dishonor me.
I have a question, Dr. Rob, like real question. Like, do Buddhist monks like shave their head full like bald?
No, you just couldn't escape the Norwood Reaper.
The biggest challenge that I had as a monk was thinking that I had no challenges.
Whoa, shit.
Wait a minute.
Wait, why is everybody getting like server muted? What's going on? I was not paying attention.
Rob is about to speak. People must silence.
Talk to Robbie. Meow meow. Hi.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions, they can ask. And yes, and you want to see, if you'd like to see Dr. Rob back when he was a monk, you can look at his older videos.
Wait, Dr. Rob, do you want me to do a stage?
Well, we're already in a stage in a certain sense.
Oh, okay then. Honestly, I have a question.
A real question is like, did he have to go bald?
No, Dr. Rob, I really have a question. I'm being serious.
It's a real question though.
Hi, guys.
Dr. Rob, hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Bro, hold on, bro. Just chill, bro. He's like putting his words together. This is like he's like.
What?
Fuckers emoted on me.
So, Dr. Rob, what made you become a
Don't
Buddhist?
try to hurt anybody. Don't follow through. Don't feed the intention to harm someone else in your mind. That's one of the most poisonous things that you're going to be able to do. So unless you want to poison yourself, you don't want to do that. That angry, that nastiness, that darkness, that's the stuff that's going to make you, hit your kids and stuff like that.
Dr. Rob, I have a question.
Yes.
What made you become a Buddhist?
I had very deep suffering. After high school, my mind was basically falling apart. I inherited some mental health issues from my family, and it was getting bad. So, like my sister, she's been strung out for more than a decade. And that's when I started as well in getting into the Buddhism. So when I was 20, that's when I first went to live at a Buddhist temple in America. And then when I was 25, I went to go and become a monk. Because the meditation, it's a technology to heal the mind, to work with the mind. And these people know what they're talking about as well. They have very deep understanding. So you can go the route of taking SSRIs and stuff, and maybe that'll work out. Or you can get seriously into meditation and you can heal the mind.
Bro, my psychiatrist told me to take SSRIs because I have OCD.
Well, that's what they do. That's what psychiatrists do. They prescribe SSRIs. That's their job, to give you medication.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so what's your opinion on that? Do you agree with them? Because I don't.
To take SSRI medication? I mean, we'd maybe have to talk a little bit more about it, but the problem we have today is it's like, okay, so you have two parents, right? And they're raising a kid. And that kid is not getting much attention. It's basically being neglected, right? And so the house also, there's mental health issues, parents do this, do that, whatever. So then the kid, because of that environment, has these mental health issues. So then the kid goes to it, they take the kid to a psychiatrist, and now they're giving them, these research chemicals, basically, these psychiatric medications to see if that'll help with it. But the real problem was never the kid, it was the environment. So it's like putting a Band-Aid on top of a cancer. And so
Isn't SSRIs, is that like a brain development thing? Or is that like, no, not SSRI, OCD. Is that like a brain development thing?
They go together. In the traditional psychiatry used to think that, like there was no connection. So like a kid grows up in an abusive household and now is depressed or has ADHD, and they said, oh, it's a brain disorder. But now in more modern psychiatry, some perspectives, they're saying, look, the brain is developed this way because of the environment that child has grown up in. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't really make sense. Like you have a kid that has severe anxiety. Well, why do they have severe anxiety? Because the home that they live in is full of anxiety. So it doesn't have anything to do with their brain, but we can change our brain if we get involved like that. But for most young people, you've been trained out of trusting adults through the education system.
I mean, I've had OCD like at least moderate OCD my entire life. Like I've been like always having to wash my hands a lot, like until they get bloody, and then like other things as well.
Yo, this nigga's lying.
Well, the Dagestan meme has a truth to it, right? It's like, fuck that shit. Go and hang out with David Goggins or go and be a monk or go and get your ass whooped and get trained. Like, stop fucking washing those hands and messing around. There's some truth to that, right? But to do it in a balanced way is the best. So if you're a young person and you grow up and you've never had any mentor or any role model, that's pretty fucked way to grow up. How many people in here actually have a role model or actually have a mentor? Probably like nobody. Probably like nobody.
I got like maybe two since I was like 2 months old. I had like a baby cigarette still talk to her to this day.
My dad is my role model.
Dr. Rob, can we switch
Hey,
to
Rob.
please? There's like so many people that want to join.
How do I stop? How do I stop?
Rob, the PC is full.
Okay, so set up the stage and we'll go over there.
Okay, let me.
Everyone switch the stage.
With
False fallacy.
Hey, quit tripping, meow meow. Got a question for Dr. Rob.
Question. Sorry about that.
In the stage, we'll bring you up. Who's the one with the question?
Who is that?
Where's Dr. Rob? Oh, he's here. Oh God.
All right, so we can make one more announcement now that we have the full stage and all the momentum, or not. All right, so who is it that had the question? They wanted to ask one right before we started here.
This man, Parisa.
All right, come on up, PVAC.
Or it was this guy.
Yo, Rob,
Yes.
how do I stop eating my shit?
Just stop.
It's not that simple, bro.
Well, why is it not that simple?
My body takes over, bro. You just gotta go ham sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you have to learn how to be a gentleman with yourself. You can't just let your body and your physical reactions control your mind.
Yeah, but isn't it bad for you to an extent to just like not nut ever?
Maybe, but it's also bad for you to an extent to just masturbate all the time because it's like being a monkey. Like
Well, I don't do
monkeys,
it all the time. I just think I do
yeah,
it too much.
every day or anything like that is probably too much. It's not necessarily healthy.
All right, noted. Thanks, Rob.
How to stop? Think about why it's not good to do, like that you want to stop. The next time that you're building up to doing it, think about that you don't want to do it. And then maybe you do it, and then you remember, oh, that's not something I want to do. So,
All right, I'll try.
okay. So raise your hand if you have a question, people.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes. What's your question, young lady?
Wait, are you famous or something? Like, why?
I was a Buddhist monk for 8 years. I'm a part of I'm the main mentor in LuxMax and luxmax.org. I'm the main person that does mentorship work with the community. And so this community here has a relationship with the luxmax.org. And that's why I'm here. That's why I've been invited to here. I'm friends with the owners of the organization, of the LuxMax organization. And that's why I'm here.
Like,
Okay. Thank you, Lexi.
ugly.
Okay. So let's come up, let's have a conversation, everybody. Don't be so shy because it's a stage and all that. Okay, Corpse Mankind says, yeah, well, let's bring one up at a time.
Okay, you can do that,
All right, I'm going to do it.
Hi, Dr. Rob.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Rob. So let's go. So I've had a girlfriend for 3 years, okay, and I don't feel like I'm sexually attracted to her, but like I like to watch porn and masturbate. Is that weird for me, or? Is that just my thoughts?
Well, let it simmer. Let there be some space in that.
Of course. As in, when I'm with her, I like to be with her. I cuddle with her and all the normal stuff. And you know, when it gets to the sexual part, I don't really like to partake in it. You know, but I like to masturbate over maybe say other women. You know, I like to watch porn a lot. I don't know. Is that a bad question or?
Well, that's what you're just telling me what you like to do. I mean,
Yeah.
do you want
is it the way
advice from me or something?
Yeah. Yes, please. I don't know if I'm in the wrong for that, or is that weird, or you know.
Well, in what ways would it be wrong?
I feel like she doesn't feel like, you know, she's worth enough, because like when it gets to the point that we, you know, have sex, I feel like when I tell her I don't want to, it kind of makes her feel down. But obviously I love the girl. I don't want her to feel down, but as myself, I don't feel comfortable.
So what are you, Australian or English?
No, I'm British.
Isn't this a normal thing for British people, this kind of thing?
But I feel like when I explain it to my friend group, they kind of say like, what? That's kind of weird. But like, I don't know. I want to ask her.
Well, you don't have to worry about what other people think. You need to focus on what you think about it and what you feel about it. If you think it's a problem, then stop it.
But I feel like, you know.
Do you feel like you're hurting yourself or hurting your partner by doing it?
I feel like I'm hurting my partner more than.
Okay, then if you feel like, keep it simple. It's not, don't get into psychology, you know what I mean? We think too much.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're hurting your partner by doing it, then don't do that.
Okay, so you feel like I should just stop the porn and just deal with the fact that I need to fuck her?
If you feel like you're hurting somebody by what you're doing, then
Yes.
don't do that, especially if it's your partner. All right, thank you for your question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yo, welcome back, Dr. Rob. So, I got cut off on my follow-up question to my OCD. I don't know if you remember. So, basically my question was, so I've already told you I've had OCD for my entire life. I've constantly been washing my hands, and I can't get my mind off it. Like, there's been points where I've been washing my hands to the point where they get bloody, and you know, I've also like it's like really hard for me to talk about, but I've also like I don't want to talk about it, but I really need your advice on how to stop, because I've asked my psychiatrist how to fix my OCD.
All right, I just want to pause for a sec, everybody. I just want to pause for a sec, everybody, and let you know that we are live on YouTube. So if you guys can go and check out the live stream, leave a like, say hello to everybody, do a little bit of a raid. We're live on YouTube right now, and we got a bunch of people in there, and you guys could do. Tell them all to go. Yeah, but tell all the people here to go and check out the YouTube channel, please, if I could get your endorsement. Thank you. All right, so let's get a new question here. I recommend the OCD guy. I recommend you work with your psychologist for now and try to figure it out. All right.
Yo, Dr. Rob.
Yes.
Are you a nonce?
Excuse me?
I said, are you a nonce?
Are you being disrespectful intentionally to show off to your friends?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a good idea, is it? That's quite shallow and superficial. So this is a time where we can really maybe get a little bit of value out of this experience and this situation. So we're going to try to do that, everybody, okay?
I have a question.
Okay.
What do you think about anti-contact, non-offending pedophiles?
What do you mean?
Who's fundamentally against adult-minor relationships, but they're still like attracted to them.
What do I think about that?
Yeah, is it like harmful for those people to exist?
Well, what's the alternative? I mean, people like that do exist. Are you someone like that? Are you a non-contacting pedophile?
I'm not going to explain, but I don't know, like I don't know what the alternative is.
Well, we all have different I saw some memes on TikTok recently about like it was like a 25-year-old lady, and the post was, I finally realized that I'm not a pedophile. Actually, I just have OCD with intrusive thoughts. So there's all kinds of weird things with the mind. And actually, we need to learn how to have a deeper relationship with our mind that's not thought based. So, like what I teach people to practice in meditation is to practice not thinking, right? And so it's developing a relationship with yourself or your mind or life or reality that's not based on thoughts, not based on thinking. You see what I'm saying?
I see
So,
what you're saying.
so I would recommend, anybody to focus on being a good person, focus on meditation, and don't allow the thoughts that happen in the head to define you. It's like, well, I have to be a pedophile, or I have to be not a pedophile, or I have to be a gay person, or I have to be a straight person. Like, why do you have to be any kind of person? Just live. Be a kind person, be a good person, be a generous person, and don't create an identity out of sexual desire. That's what a monkey does.
Okay, fair enough.
If we kill, if we like kill everybody that thinks about hurting other people, that's probably, we're gonna have to kill a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So try to change your mind, try to change your life. If you have negative thoughts, dangerous thoughts, then that's an invitation for you to stop thinking and go deeper into your own mind. Learn how to meditate, learn how to control your mind and change your identity and change your way of being to not be messed up and dangerous, for yourself, messed up for yourself, dangerous to yourself and to others.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks for the advice.
Sure. Well, there you have it, everybody. We had a guest who is a non-contacting pedophile on the show. That's interesting. All right, next question. Maybe it's going to be hard to follow that up. All right, let's bring up yes, meow meow?
Muffin. Hi.
Yes. So let's bring up a young black man.
It's okay, face it.
Okay, shush. Please be quiet, all right? We're handing out these roles very liberally, I see. Go ahead, Mr. Jaw, Brother Jaw.
So this is like kind of a monk-directed question, but if compassion is universal, should a monk treat a cruel but attractive person the same as a kind but unattractive person?
Yeah. I mean, if you have that level of compassion, right, that deeper level of compassion in the mind, you're treating everything with compassion. You're treating space with compassion. And that compassion is based in not the freedom from this compulsive picking and choosing and judging. So you can't really be deeply compassionate as much as you're always judging everybody around you, judging everything around you.
But do you feel like that would be a contradiction because that would go against your morals, like as yourself, because you partly have morals for yourself and you indirectly judge someone without saying it, even if you have compassion?
Not if they have that level of compassion.
Do you feel like people can reach that level of compassion?
What?
That's the real question. Do you feel like people can reach that level of compassion as to where they believe that no matter how much moral judgment they have already pre-logged in their brain, they can choose compassion first?
Yeah, that's entirely possible. It just takes time, and it's a skill. It's something we have to develop. It's something we have to go into. That's where meditation comes in. That's where like tradition of Buddhism comes in. That's what it's all about.
So
It's very powerful.
Can I lead into another like kind of question? What do you feel about looks maxing as a whole for itself?
Looks maxing is not a whole. It's not a big thing. It's not a special thing. Looks maxing is just the idea. I want to be more attractive. So we have to accept that. Like there's a community built around it. There's people that talk about it. There's people that, take on positions about it. But it's not a special, like deep philosophy or worldview. It's just a simple idea. If we're more attractive, our life will be better. That's it.
Okay, so my last question I want to ask you is, if attachment is the root of, like the root of suffering, why are like humans biologically wired to seek beauty and approval?
It's just animalistic biology. So there's supposed to be a difference between a human being and an animal. But the way that we're moving towards living and being, like in modern times with the algorithms, specifically the AI algorithms, is pushing us towards this animalistic state, like this hyper fixation on sex and appeal. So for me, as being a 33-year-old man, that was a monk for 8 years, I'm a little bit removed from like that high school mentality, that fire, that seeking to be hot, and now with the social media, it's like it's being advertised to you everywhere, right? Like you could be the hot guy, you could be the cool hot guy, the bad boy or whatever. So it's tough.
Struggle you think that's been so if you were in charge of trying to let the youth know a message that really will reshape their way their lives is for everyone on this call, what would you say?
You should be a good person, and that's something that you can do. So when you know, well, don't interrupt, right? Don't interrupt when you've asked a question to somebody they're trying to answer. Be a good person. You know when you have an intention to harm. You know when you're holding on to anger, you're holding on to nastiness towards someone, you're holding on to wanting to harm someone, and then you act it out. Don't do that. And if you feed that and you fuel that, it's going to make your life much worse later on.
Can I ask you into like a follow-up question? But what do you define as good and bad?
Kindness, meanness, anger, forgiveness, gentleness, roughness, punishment, helping. It's not a philosophy thing, you know what I mean? It's what's good and bad. Nobody has a capacity to know more of what's good or what's bad than you. And you have an innate capacity to know if you're being good. Just for example, some guys have problems with porn, right? They have problems with masturbation. They can't help themselves. And then they say, "Well, I have a problem," right? And it's really big. And so I know that that's bad and I don't want to do that. Then they do that. How do they feel? They feel bad, right? Now, the opposite of that is that there's an opportunity for you to do good, for you to help somebody, for you to be kind to somebody, for you to be a protector instead of a bully, right? For you to be generous with something to help someone else, not selfish. How does that make you feel? Makes you feel good. So it's a common law, right? If you do good, really, you feel good. If you do bad, really, you feel bad. And that's why I was kind of lucky the way that I came up, because I was compulsively doing bad. I was doing people dirty. I was scamming. I was selling fake weed. I used to have a problem with like porn and stuff and masturbation as well. So it's like, you would see you're in that throw of addiction. You're doing something that's causing you more pain and suffering, but you can't stop it. But when we can see that, we have more of an opportunity actually to turn it around, to be a protector, to be a good person. Because if we don't ever see that, we live in like this Cheeto town, Fortniteville. I don't know what girls do because I'm not a girl, but Boyfriendville or whatever, cool girl, fun timeville, whatever. And we never think deeply about anything that we do. And then when life becomes deep, we're not equipped for that. And we become disassociated, or we get into alcohol, or, all kinds of different stuff that we get into. We won't be a good person. We won't help people. That's what we're on here on this planet to do, is to help. And you can see like people leaving right now. People are leaving because they understand and they don't want to hear this. And so this is the kind of stuff that, I'm here to share. It's stuff that people don't want to hear, but it's true. And you can just practice it and you can remember it. Wow, if I do bad,
What
if
do you
I,
feel about?
please go ahead.
I was gonna ask you because Tony's not a fan of my speech or any of that. I'm not really caring in a sense. But like, really, what confuses me sometimes is because we can define what we consider good, but someone else can just find that it's bad. So
It's
like
not
how they see
about
it like
any.
this.
What I'm talking about is not about anybody else. It's like you telling your friend that lives 3 houses over that you're not sure if taking out the trash is good or bad. Take out the fucking trash before you get that belt. You know what I mean? And something in those lines, but also there's the positive side of it where it's not about threatening, it's a way of helping, it's a way of sharing, it's a way of caring. You know, so now our parents respect us. They trust us because we do good, because we're not out of our minds. You know what I mean? It's not about what other people think or what people think is good or what people think is bad, etc. You know what I mean? So you have to you actually have to learn how to stop thinking. Like somehow, I mean, aren't like most kids or like a large percentage of kids, right, are going through high school, they've totally tuned out. Like going through school, they've totally tuned out, and some of them have been turned out. Barely know how to write, barely know how to read. They don't study anything, they don't learn anything. All they're ever doing is just messing around with other kids, right? Just fucking around, ego shit and drama shit like a little sitcom, right? So how exactly, and I'm being honest with you, I'm not trying to make fun or anything like that, right? How did you become a philosopher? Not you, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, how did you become a psychologist? How did you become a philosopher? How did you become a deep thinker when you've never been involved with anything that's focused you in on the depth of thought, right? And any time that you had free was just consuming what the algorithm gave to you. So it's somehow we've in this environment where we're not really learning anything, we're not really developing in any meaningful way, we're not creating meaningful relationships or having meaningful experiences with like mentors, or like just going out and having meaningful experiences that give us value and change our minds and open our minds, right? And that somehow we're the deepest functional thinkers. We're taking on all these different philosophies and these approaches. We're thinking about all these things. But when did you learn how to think that way? And the truth is that you never really did. But instead, you've learned to take on this superficial persona based on other inexperienced people, other children, right? It's not that children are bad, it's just that they're lacking in,
Okay,
meaningful, individualizing experiences.
So if someone is lacking, can I say that like, can morally exist? Can something morally exist without karma? Like, because like it's kind of like in a sense like I don't know. I feel like because you said are you a Buddhist monk currently yourself?
You got to humble yourself, man.
Nah,
Because it's a defense mechanism, right? It's a defense mechanism
I can
to.
understand that it comes off as a defense mechanism, but if someone's asking you questions and they're asking your point of view, it can be seen as that. But I'm genuinely sitting here. I would have left the call if it was a defense mechanism. I wouldn't even want to hear. I would have blocked you out. But I'm here sitting down having a conversation with you. So I feel like that's just like an assumption of.
Well, no, I'm saying thinking is a defense mechanism. Most of the time, you don't need to think. And most of the things that you do are not based in thinking, right? It's not like we're going home and reading books and we're studying different philosophies and we're thinking deeply about this and that. We're grabbing the Cheetos, we're grabbing the tablet, we're getting on TikTok, we're getting on YouTube, and we're going to work and we're going to town. That's it. So, what I'm saying is that actually there's some truth in that. Don't think, meditate. You want to think deeply? Practice not thinking.
I do agree with that with myself because I understand
Meditate.
the consciousness of like the frontal lobe and the midbrain and how it works. Like we trusting yourself. And
None of that is correct. Okay, next question.
Let me speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, hello, Dr. Rob. Finally got that annoying ass nigger out the way.
Okay, let's be respectful if we come up. Next time you'll get banned, Tony.
That was funny, Dr. Rob.
Dr. Rob, I have a question for you, actually.
Hold on, we just got a super chat.
Oh shit, super chat. W's in the chat, guys.
W's in the chat, everybody. We just got a super chat. And you guys, if your parents got a lot of money, don't be shy to send a super chat, support the stream. We have TTS open, so.
Honestly,
All right, go ahead, B12. Go ahead, B12. All right, let's get EQ. I've been wanting to hear what EQ has to say.
Okay. I don't think he wants to come on.
He's got his hand raised.
Where the hell did B12 go?
B12, what's going on, man?
I don't know. I think something bad happened to him. I mean, he was telling me about how his dad.
Here we go. Go ahead, shut up, meow meow, be quiet. EQ, go ahead.
This has to do with your recent conversation. Which is more beneficial, in your character or your look?
But your character, because your character is what you carry with you all the time. You know, it's like you guys are being manipulated into this, especially young guys, right? Especially young white guys, I think. This LARP of like your parents being millionaires and you driving the Bugatti down to Monaco and looking great and feeling great and being fit and having the money. The women are around, they're beautiful, and it's just a LARP. And it doesn't have anything to do with you actually being with yourself when you have to go to sleep at night. You see what I'm saying? So building up your character, if you're seeing the world through this view of high school and like this desire to have multiple sexual partners and to be like a cool guy or a bad guy, then a bad boy, then you know that makes sense. But if you're actually trying to develop yourself in your life, I don't know, to have good mental health as you get into your 20s, to be a good father, to be a good friend, to be a good partner, etc., then you want to develop your character. And your character is primarily going to be based on your willingness to give, right? Your willingness, your practice of generosity, of caring, of sharing, of being a good person. And you don't have to ask anybody. It's like you don't need to follow any philosophy to ask the question inside of yourself, what does it mean to be good? You know, what does it mean for me to be a good person? And so all of the LARPing about like the frontal lobe or, well, what's the correct philosophy of goodness? That's all bullshit. Ask yourself, what does it mean for me to be good? It's not a debate topic. It's not something to be convinced about or argue about. It's something for you to find in yourself and to practice in yourself. You know, you don't need to debate with anything. You don't need to debate with anyone. You have to learn how to stop debating with yourself.
All right, thank you. That's all I had to add.
Okay. You're welcome.
Dr. Rob, can I finish my question, please?
Go ahead, give it a try.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I have to ask you a question first. Are you a cool guy or are you a bad boy?
Well, Dr. Rob, I've always been.
Are you a cool guy or are you a bad boy?
Well, Dr. Rob, we know that this is a bad boy.
Okay, well, bad boys aren't allowed up here.
Oh, clock it. I think B12 wanted to ask you an intellectual question. Or just me. Dr. Rob, you know I was the one who sent you a super chat. Why are you not being appreciative? Gosh, you're so rude, honestly.
Well, it wasn't for a lot of money, was it?
I would like to thank you for having me back up here. I do have a question for you, Dr. Rob, if you would like to stop disconnecting him.
Who said I disconnected you?
I did. I'm intellectual enough to know that you disconnected me due to your attitude.
Do you know that that's true?
Yeah.
And did you just say that I had an attitude? I'm the teacher. Yeah. How do I have an attitude?
Well, the teachers usually do have to be stern and have an attitude to get something across. So yeah, it's possible.
All right, go ahead. What's your question, bad boy?
So if I wanted to actually become a monk and travel around the world, how would I go about that? Rob?
Well, if you don't shut your mouth, how are you going to be a monk? Don't you know that monks shut their mouths?
Well, not all the time, because you're
But
American. You don't shut your mouth. Not disrespectfully. I'm just saying, like, in general, you know?
sometimes we're quiet. When we ask a question, then we let the silence do most of the talking. Then we can actually receive the question. Don't worry about getting a quick, don't worry about getting a quick answer. Don't worry about getting a quick answer. Okay? And don't worry about you being smarter than me. Don't worry about that. Okay? All right, well, it looks like everybody's come up and asked their questions. I don't think that there's any more work for us to do here. I think we've drained the swamp, so to speak.
People that want to ask a question. There's 3 more people that want to ask a question, actually.
Hello, Dr. Rob.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember, but we had a talk about Buddhism and the way to live your life properly. Do you
Okay.
remember that?
Go ahead, Oatson.
Okay, well, I wanted to talk about the time when I called you a pedophile. Yeah, so you're just a pedophile for 8 years.
Yeah, it's not appropriate. Be respectful, guys.
Honestly, why would he say that?
I think we should bring Joe on the stage.
Ja, no, he has stupid fucking questions. Let's bring up Tony Mont, honestly.
Hello, Dr. Rob.
All right, everybody, you guys can join the live stream. We've got the live stream going on YouTube, so hop over there, check it out, and we can ask you can ask your question. You can send a super chat.
Again, okay, kid?
Let's see if I can ban you.
Chill out on that.
Okay, so we have to uproot the toxicity as much as we can. There's a difference between playfulness and toxicity, and when those mix, please shush your mouth. When those mix very deeply, when those mix very deeply, then it's Karina and Meow Meow killing a girl in the woods that said something about Karina's mother. I'm being real with you guys. I'm just letting you know. When you mix toxicity with playfulness, it goes to dark, dark places. So playfulness is okay. Playfulness is okay, but we want to care. We don't want to be callous, right? We want to be careful, full of careness, full of caring. We can be playful, we can be bad boy, but don't be a toxic guy who's going to kill his girlfriend and put her in a suitcase because life gets worse as more challenging as you get older, and that's not what you wanted, right?
Hello, Tony. What is your question?
Yeah, so Dr. Rob, I want to be a bad boy and I want to go around the world being an international play.
Nobody cares.
Dr. Rob, are you leaving now?
All right, everybody. Well, we're about to close it down. Let's see if Alex wants to say anything.
Don't leave us. Don't leave
Let's
us.
see if Alex. Well, this kind of disrespect is unbelievable. All right, go ahead, Alex.
Dr. Rob, we'll miss you.
Yo.
Yeah.
What's your question, Alex?
Nah, I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just eating breakfast.
Okay, bro, that's good.
Honestly, I hope you choke on that.
All right, so I'll teach you guys how to meditate, okay? I'll teach you guys how to meditate. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah. Have we started yet?
Just do what I'm doing.
Okay.
What's your question?
What's the one where you go,
Wait, can I ask something?
Yes.
What is your biggest advice on dealing with hatred? Like the feeling of hatred?
From someone else or from yourself?
Both.
What kind of hatred you experiencing?
No, because, for example, someone did something to you and you feel hatred towards them. that kind of affects me as well. You know, I want to learn how to stop, how to forgive and forget.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, you just gotta let that shit go. I mean, that's life, you know? And we create an identity. I mean, you see this stuff on TikTok, it's absolutely crazy, but that's life. Like shit happens, crazy shit happens. And do you want to be a TikTok mommy or a TikTok girl or a TikTok lady, or you want to be you know, do you want to be life? You know what I
I already
mean?
am a mommy.
So
Oh shit,
you
somebody sent you something, Dr.
yeah,
Rob.
Jerry sent a donation.
Thank you, Jerry. Oh my
Thank you, Jerry. I love you.
No, it's just a little bit of money. I mean, that's not a lot of money. All right, so
Dr. Rob, you're fucking ungrateful. Yeah.
so you really gotta stop personalizing that experience. It's just life.
Yeah.
You stop making an identity about it. You think about it, you remember it's like, oh, that shit sucks. I don't want to think about that. So you don't.
So it's like kind of like a practice.
It's like a
What you're saying,
practice,
like-
yes. Well, you can learn to meditate. You can also bring well-known advisors, or I don't know how to say it. It's kind of like anime. You bring powerful beings into your mental circle. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
think of it this way, okay? If you go to school and you have your mom is a single mom with some fucking crazy deadbeat boyfriend, and your mom likes to drink, and you go to school and people bully you, is that really that surprising? Probably not, because that's who you have with you. Do you see what I'm saying? That's who you bring with you. Like that's who's behind you. And so if you were to bring in like I know this probably you don't necessarily have the connections to get this or to go in this direction, but if you were to bring in like 50-year-old um, English, you know, UK Buddhist nun, you know what I mean? And you listen to her talks and you open up your heart to that kind of energy, that's going to be with you. And in the same way that they would feel, you know, your abuser or your neglector or whoever it would be with you, now you got somebody else. And this kind of mental energy, right, or this mental skill that that person has, they can't be abused, they can't be neglected. You know what I mean? And it's deeper than the body. It's deeper than the physical stuff. It's like a mental field. There's like a mental field that exists that isn't thought based, not word based. And when we practice to meditate, like sitting up straight, crossing our legs, and not thinking, and you can just like focus on your breath, for example, then you won't think, and then you extend that. You open yourself up to the connection with that field that helps to heal, you know, because then you have that power. You have that power to stop thoughts. You have that power to cut that way of thinking. And this is just the best way that I can explain it to you and say it to you. You know what I mean?
No, I understand. I'm not Buddhist, but I practice spiritualism, so I kind of get it. I'm just kind of figuring my way out.
Well, I wish I could do more, you know. I am here to help. I am here to support you. But it's quite a difficult situation, you know, because we have such a relationship with shallowness. Most we just sort of have shallow lives, shallow experiences, you know, very superficial. So how do we get out of that? How do we see that there's something deeper than that? And for most of y'all, you'll never see anything deeper than that. And then, you know, you probably won't be very good parents. I mean, that's the cycle. That's the American cycle. You know what I mean? It's like this idea that TikTok addicts are going to somehow magically be good parents. It doesn't really work like that, you know? So, and then people say, "Well, I want to be a good parent." Well, it takes a lot more than that.
Do you want kids?
Me and my wife aren't planning to have kids currently.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Rob, if you have a child, can you name it Meow Meow? after me?
Absolutely not.
Why not? Dr. Rob, where are you from? Like, what's your ethnicity?
All right, so it's time for karaoke, right?
He's half black.
Are you half black? What the hell?
Why he sent the N-word song. Yo, Dr. Rob, can you give him a concert?
Om
This nigga smoked too much weed, bro.
Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ganza Samungate So.
Honestly, I have a song request.
Shush. Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ganza Samungate Soha Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ranza Samungate Soha. Y'all should tell your parents about me. Tell your parents that you met a 33-year-old man, former monk, online, and he gave a lecture in your little group. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grandparents.
I will.
Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ganza Samungate Soha Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ranza Samungate Soha Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ranza Samungate Soha Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ranza Samungate Soha.
Monk, but like the fact that you can do that is, I mean,
Does it sound cool? Does it really sound cool, guys? Be honest with me. Don't blow smoke up my rear end. Does it really sound like based and cool?
So good.
it's the best monk stuff.
Honestly, that's talent.
What if a motivational teacher came to your school and started doing that throat singing for you guys? How would you guys feel? Would you listen to what he had to say?
On.
Okay, you're getting disconnected. All right, everybody. So thank you for having me. I wish you all well in your journeys. And I'll see you next time, okay? We do want to see if Blythe wants to ask her a question before we go. Come on up, Blythe.
Honestly, yeah.
Hey.
Ask your question.
This bit. Okay. Let me just gather the balls.
Okay, hurry up.
Why the fuck would I ask you how to look better when you're a kid?
He doesn't give Lucas Maxon advice. He gives life advice.
Mind maxing.
Personal trainer.
I give mind maxing advice.
Yeah, can't get Dr. Rob.
And you can ask anybody here. You can ask the baddest boys here. Dr. Rob's got the juice. So you keep your opinion really open. Keep your opinion open. That's all I'm saying. Keep your opinion open. You can ask B12. You can ask Dude. You know, these are guys who are usually bad boys. These are guys who would never take a step back and listen, would never listen to some guy coming in saying he's going to talk about meditation and life. They would never listen to that. But they know that Dr. Rob's got the juice and they appreciate that, don't they?
I do appreciate
These are my boys. These are my guys. And they know that when GTA 6 comes out, it's snowed in, sleepover, PS5, VR vibes all night long. Isn't it?
Oh, yeah, Rob.
My little boys.
All right.
Wait, we're playing GTA 6 together?
It online's not going to be out forever, so. But if we were snowed in, that's what we'd be doing.
Okay, Rob, let's do it.
All right, let's do it right now. Let's hack it.
Yeah, let's hack him.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Oh my god, it's everywhere.
3, 2, 1. So all I'm telling you guys to do is just please be quiet, young man. Be respectful. All I'm telling you guys to do is notice that space, that absence of thoughts, and just allow that, man. Just give space for that space. And if you're feeling down, if you're in a situation, just go back to that space, take a walk, and focus on your breathing. And remember Dr. Rob. If you say Dr. Rob's name 3 times in your mind, I will come into your mind. If you allow me, if you open to me, and I'll be there to help you. That's real. You'll hear my voice in your mind. You will hear my voice in your mind if you call for me.
Rob. Goblin noises, bro.
Be respectful. How many times do I have to tell you to be respectful, B12?
All right, Rob, I have a question. I'm sorry.
I want you to,
Stop
okay.
being a bad boy.
Yeah, stop trying to be the bad boy. I'm the bad boy here. I'm the bad man here.
Tony's calling you an
Hello, everybody. Anybody watching have any questions? The destination is emptiness. And we will all get there. England or France? I thought England was eliminated by Argentina. But if I tell you who's going to win, I better get 50% or 25%. Huh. What's going on, Sad? Give you a break, stabilize your mind. Yeah. So how's England going to beat France? Well, it's a 50-50 guess, so it's not particularly impressive. You didn't bet money on it, so that would be impressive. Risk and reward, right? Risk and reward. It's for third place? Huh. Maybe England? Oh my God. Definitely user. It's a very simplistic way to say it, but that's true. Kind of a tribal way to say it. But Buddhism is much, much, much more specific about these kinds of things. All around the world, DJ. All around the world and back again. I don't have a highest teaching. I'm not a master. I'm just a student. I'm just a practitioner. I don't have a highest teaching. My highest teaching is please be nice to me. That's my highest teaching. We are listening to the Dhamma Talk. It's a live Dhamma Talk with Master Young Hua. So we're about to do the beginning prayers to start the talk. We respectfully request the Sangha of great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Kung din dai du tang tin vi tu fa voi kang ya di tu sang tin chun yo fa luang yao dao nai mong Như há liêu san thoa tu ly cô đạc la Ốc chương vô san. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Namo Saranto Suchedo Ye Lahudi San Mio San Puto Sie. Namo Saranto Sie Kyudo Ye Elehadi San Mio San Puto Sie. Namo Tatata Toya Daya Alahade Tam Mio Tam Boda Toa. Namo Tatata Toya Dada Alahade Tamyo Tambo Tata. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear it, receive and maintain it, I vow to fathom the thus come once true and actual doctrines. Wu shang shen shun wei miao fa bai guan wan jie nan dao yu wo jin jian wen de shou qi yun jie ru lai chen shu yi. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Chucha, Great Master Shenhua, all good monks and nuns, and all good young advisors of Amitofo. Amitofo.
诸佛菩萨智者大士，师父上人有为，出家人有为，上智是阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。
Sư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa trí đại sư Thiện Thiện Hoa, quý thầy cô và quý vị chị thức cả gì đâu Phật.
A Di Đà Phật.
Hello everyone, today is the 18th of July 2026. Thank you for joining our discussion of the Vimalarkirti Sutra. We are on slide 31. The beginning of chapter number 2 talks about Pure Land. This is where we are introduced to this lay person, one of the elders of the city, Vaishali, and his name is Vimalarkirti. So it gives you a description of a lay person who was actually a Buddha in disguise. He chose the Buddha this time here, chose to come to our world. He's from a different world, far away, as a lay person. And so why did he come? He come in order to teach lay people as well as level people alike. And so we are getting glimpses of what are his qualifications, what he achieved, and how he got there. All right. So on slide 31, it says he attained the patience of non-production. Patience of non-production is a sort, is a level of wisdom in Buddhism. Why is it called patience of non-production? Non-production means that he can stop thinking. Non-production meanings no thoughts can arise at all. This is under his control. He can think or he can choose not to think. That's what differentiates a superior person from the others. Superior people, they can choose not to think. Ordinary people do not have that choice. And of course, when you get at that level, there are many more levels where you actually are better and better and better at it, infinitely better. Okay, so the patient non-production, it sounds like the same, but actually his level is extremely high, much higher, for example, than the patient non-production of, let's say, a fourth stage arhat. Below fourth stage arhat, it's not possible for you to have non-production. You cannot stop thoughts. Fourth stage arhats are higher, you can stop thoughts. Okay, so it's a skill. It is a level of wisdom. It's real that you're able to attain this, to achieve this level of self-mastery. Patience. Patience means that, I explained this before, it's important to repeat it for you. Patience means that he got to this level of non-production through the cultivation of patience. And this is also another characteristic. So this is another methodology that's very Buddhist. I rarely see this kind of teaching outside of Buddhism. In Buddhism, we emphasize patience. When you first start coming to Lu Mountain Temple, the Wei Mountain Temple, to Go Forest, to Jewel Flower, and so forth, all our way places, okay, you will be first trained to develop your patience. Patience means that it's unpleasant, and yet you hang in there. It's difficult, and yet you don't give up. In everything. Okay? Ordinary people, they can be patient. For example, a man who wants to make a fortune can be real patient. A person who likes to be creative can be patient in that process. Patience for us In a China world, in American Mahayana, is patience in everything. Okay, so as we go through our daily lives, when things are unpleasant, that's how we practice patience, folks. You start with a Chan class, Chan training full lotus, because you're learning to be patient with your pain, with your discomfort. But it extends to everything in life. You have to learn to be patient with whatever bothers you, whatever you don't like. Okay, that's how you develop true wisdom. Do not think Buddhism is simply crossing your legs in full lotus